So recently I was having a conversation with a student of mine who was struggling adding depth to his drawings. He was very frustrated because he just couldn't understand how to make even the simple blobs look 3D. He just basically could not perceive space at all. And this got me thinking, obviously, how did I do it? Like, why is this not working for him? Because it kind of comes natural to me now, especially after doing the blobs, but I didn't know exactly why. And after some brainstorming, I came up with a simple trick that I think I stole from Scott Robertson, because I did use it years ago, and that turned out to be the missing piece for him, so I hope it's also going to help you add depth to your drawings. Let's go. Okay, so we have our blobby shape that's still flat. How do we orient it? For me, it was just about deciding the position we were observing the form from, but that didn't do the trick for my students. So, how about setting some simple reference coordinates? So let's start with the ground plane first. It does not really have to be perfect for this as long as the sides converge a little towards the distance, so use your best judgment. Eyeballing is fine, really. Also, I want to roughly divide it into smaller squares so that I have some kind of reference unit for depth. And this is basically to trick the brain so that it sees it receding in space. If you really have no idea how to do this, you can use formal subdivision. So basically you draw a cross connecting the corners of the square, and then you split in two horizontally and vertically. And you can repeat it as many times as you want and create as many tiles as you like. But as long as the tiles get progressively smaller as they go towards the distance, that is fine for this. Now, obviously this form is not completely flat on the ground. It needs to be tall to a degree, so it needs like vertical depth. And we need to decide the vertical axis. Now you can keep it straight and use 2-point perspective if you want. I would highly recommend trying some 3-point to a degree, so having the vertical axis slightly converge towards a third bottom vanishing point or top if you're looking up to it. And to do this, we can simply draw a line to define the axis or extend the whole grid, and that's what Scott Robertson does basically. But now that we have some reference points, in order to draw the cross contour, we really have to think and imagine the cross section. That's why I keep repeating that. So what is a slice of this gonna look like? Like if I cut across it, given our coordinate system. If I have a plane and I slice through this, what is it going to look like? That's what you have to think when you do this exercise. And this can go in any angle. We can arbitrarily decide it. We have the grid, so ideally it's gonna follow the grid. So I will do something like a guesstimation here. And I'm also gonna go around it, imagine the other side, and I'm gonna color the slice a little bit so that it's a little more obvious. If this doesn't feel right at this point, what I also recommend is adding a midline that splits the form vertically, and if you really want to be precise, you can add another one horizontally as well to imply the third axis. And that's pretty much it. If you do this long enough, at some point you should be able to draw the blobs without the plane or the coordinate system, effectively being able to perceive depth when you draw, which is what you want because it's going to help a lot going forward towards more complex forms, rotations, and hard surface. While you won't automatically be able to do that, it's still gonna feel wrong if you do it wrong. So it's gonna help figuring out that you're doing the wrong thing. And that was basically the missing piece from a student. So I hope it helped you as well. And if it did, like and subscribe. And also, if you're up for more exercises after this, check out this other video I have that goes a little more in depth on spatial awareness. Alright, thanks for watching and take care.